What's going on, my trainer club? We have Alolan Raid Pokemon Go, and we are out here making sure that we are able to catch them, beat them, and take full advantage of these guys while they are at raids, because we do not know how long they're going to be here for, but hopefully it's for a long time. Welcome to the trainer club. Let's check out Raichu, Exeggutor, and Marowak. Here we go! So let's start off with one of the most interesting, and the one we've already seen to me is Alolan Exeggutor. So he is grass and he is dragon. So if we know the two typings there, you know, he's a level 2 raid boss. He's fairly easy to beat, especially solo. You can do it. So we are going to go with dragon. So dragon on dragon, very effective. We can use fairy and we can use ice.
Ice for the Alolan Exeggutor is actually a double weakness. So ice is going to be the best choice. And what we want to note is that we do not want to necessarily choose an ice with a water combination. So something like Lapras, if Exeggutor happens to have Solar Beam, may not be the best choice because water is going to be weak to grass. So we want to choose an ice. Articuno could be a great choice because we have flying and we have ice here. So that's a great choice, as well as we could use Regice, might be one of the better choices as well. And then the other things to note, we can also use flying Pokemon, which is why the Dragonite and the Salamence are good, because they're flying as well as dragon. And then we can also use poison and bug type Pokemons. So these are the other two weaknesses that we have there, but the most effective weakness is going to be ice.
So those are the weaknesses that we have there: dragon, fairy, all very good options. We could use a Gardevoir, we could use Dragonite, or we could use Rayquaza. Since he's a level 2 raid boss, we shouldn't need that much typing or that much experience in order to get this guy to fall. So the 100% IVs for the Exeggutor is going to be 1646 and 2058 if it is either sunny or windy. So that's when we are getting boosted Exeggutors. We have two options since he is a grass and a dragon type. So we have those two options in order to get him boosted. So that is our new tier 2 raid boss that we need to check out and make sure to catch, because oftentimes in the wild you don't get as good ones. So we can at least get 67% or up, or hopefully one in the 90s or even further up, and potentially the 100% that I just mentioned, because if I do, I'm powering that guy up, and that is one of my goals. Our new tier 3 raid boss, we have Alolan Raichu, probably one of my favorite, riding the surfboard for his tail, so epically cool. So 1224 is the 100% IV for level 20. And what you want to know is that you have to actually select your guys appropriately. If you want to watch towards the end of the video, I will put this in there of me trying to solo it without selecting the guys. So the guys you're going to want to select is you're going to want to use Ghost, Dark type Pokemon, and then you can also use ground. But my number one selected Pokemon is going to be Mewtwo with Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball, and then we can also use Gengar with both of his ghost moves. We can also use Tyranitar with dark moves, so we have Bite and Crunch. So those are the guys to select. You are going to have to be selective if you want to solo it. So he is soloable. Check out the raid party at the end. This is just using the defensive minded selector that Pokemon Go puts into the game. So this can be done, just not with these Pokemon. So it's putting defensive guys. The only thing you really notice is the ground Pokemon from Rhydon, but Rhydon is not really the most effective. The most effective and the most bang for your buck you're going to get with the ghosts. However, they do die fast. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have a decent amount of Mewtwo. You have the Tyranitars, which you should have plenty powered up, and you also want to have the Gengars. Boosted Raichu, which is going to come in rainy or windy weather, and that is going to be 1531. So 1531 is the level 25 boosted Raichu, Alolan form. Let me see what you guys are doing out there. That is one of my favorites. I can't wait to power one of those guys up.
For this Alolan Raichu, I just wanted to point out one thing. I know that he's not very hard to catch and you can catch him, but this little move that he does, you saw that little circle, that is actually not his attack. So that is his attack, and then that little move is a jump. So it almost looks like the exact same thing, but it's going to be two different things. So I did not have this guy dialed in as far as excellent throws, but you can still catch him. He's a relatively easy Pokemon. But if you're going to do it such as that and want to use a Pineapple Berry, just note the difference between the attack and the jump-like attack.
Our new tier 4 raid boss, which is the Alolan Marowak, which we thought and a lot of people suspected was going to be a tier 2 raid boss, however is a tier 4 raid boss. And since he does not a double weakness like Tyranitar, duo-able is very questionable. So at level 20, 100% IV, we are 966. So 966 is the level 20. And then if you're either in Sun or Fog, for his fire and ghost type, which is a really cool combination, we are going to be at 1208. So that's level 25, 100% IV. Make sure to have enough people. To be safe, I would say 3 people. To be safe, 3 people is the best way to do it.
Just a quick overview of the counters. So we are looking at the weaknesses of Water, Rock, Ground, Ghost, and Dark. So the most effective we are going to look at is Kyogre with Waterfall and Hydro Pump. That is one of the most effective, and Hydro Pump and Waterfall from Kyogre is absolutely destructive. The second one we are going to look at is Gyarados with that new move that he got not too long ago, which is the Waterfall move as well as the Hydro Pump. So the combination of those two is super destructive, and we can also use Vaporeon with Water Gun and Hydro Pump. So the top 3 guys are going to be water Pokemon, and those are the 3 of them. On the second tier, we're going to look at Tyranitar, who can do Bite, Crunch, as well as Smackdown and Stone Edge. We can also look at Houndoom with Snarl and Foul Play, and then we can also use Groudon with Mudshot and Earthquake, and then also Rhydon with Mudslap and Earthquake or Stone Edge. So what I am doing is we have 8 people in this party that I'm fighting with. So I just wanted to point out that the reason I didn't really select any of these guys is I just let the auto selector go because we had 8 people. So you just have to know how many people are in the party, and then that's going to really determine how fast or how effective you need to be.
Because it is going to make sure that you catch him. And then also, all of these guys are relatively easy to catch. If you use any of the strategies that I've taught in the other raid bosses, you can easily catch them without a problem with the Golden Raspberry. And then also, don't forget that we have double candy going on right now. Not that really anybody needs Cubone from Halloween events, Pikachu from all the Pikachu events, and then also Exeggutor. Now, I have tons of Exeggutor candy. I'm assuming that everybody else here does as well. He is a very cool Pokemon, extremely cool looking with his bone that he spins with the fire on it. So those are the new raid bosses. This is the new raid boss tier list for the cool Pokemon. Donphan is also in there, but I'm not sure why he's in there. Just to shake it up a little bit, but I'm not going to cover the Donphan in this video. This is an Alolan raid boss video only. So we have the 2, we have the 3, and we have the 4 tier. We have the new Registeel as well, which I put out that video yesterday. Good luck, guys. Get out there, get yourself some Alolan Pokemon. Right now, this is the only way to get these guys. There has not been any way of confirmation that we can evolve into these guys yet. That is how we are going to accomplish this. Take these guys out, plan accordingly, and have the most fun you can while playing Pokemon Go and playing in Hawaii, aka catching Alolan forms. Thank you for tuning into the Trainer Club, guys. I will see you out there tomorrow for Shiny Zapdos Day. Woo!
Just as promised, I have the Alolan attempt #1 solo that did not go well. So I just let them put the Pokemon in there for me. So you see that we have Golems, Rhydons, and more Golems, and then another Rhydon. So the Mudshot Earthquake is effective against Raichu. Like we saw in the other videos, it wasn't even in the top 5 of the best attackers. So the auto selector is a very defensive selecting type move. That's why in a lot of raids you'll see Agrons and you'll see other Pokemon that sometimes may not make sense. You might see Lugia a lot. It's because they're so defensive. So what the goal of the selector is to let you survive the most amount during the raid battle, which sometimes is effective, but in other methods and most methods, we want to do the most damage to help the Pokemon go down the fastest. If you take into account that we have to use the Ghost, the Dark moves against the Raichu, you're going to have a much better effect. So I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of this. Once again, thank you for tuning into the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out there catching all of these Alolan forms. Let me know who gets the 100% IV and how good of an IV you guys get. Enjoy the rest of the fight, and I will see you out there.